What's up, boys? Today I'm going to be going over 5 of the most common mistakes that I see a lot of players do. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure that you guys are subscribed, and let's get into the video. Alright, so the first example we're going to be talking about is reacting to opening damage. Now what I mean by this is the first damage that opens up a fight. So with the first beam that you get, or when you take damage in a fight, the first little bit of damage that you take and how you react to it. Now this can change based on how much damage you do in that fight first off, right? So for this example right here, I'm going to show multiple fights. This guy right here, I'm trying to rush this guy. I get a crazy beam, right? At this point, now I'm trying to jump in, right? So now I'm just going to jump in, right? Just because I have that damage. But notice how I'm also tracking him. Learning how to track people through builds and have awareness of where they are is so important. I'm going to come back to it later when we talk about game sense. But this also is a very important tip. Make sure that you know where the opponent is. As you can see, I just got him in a cone. And since I got a big opening damage shot, now I'm going to rush and jump in this box, right? But now I'm going to show you a different example. Alright, so in this next example, as you can see, I'm trying to grab this guy's wall, and I do end up killing this guy and getting a free kill. But you're going to see this fight after how I changed my playstyle based on the opening damage, right? There's a guy right next to me. I create some distance in between me and him, so I'm not in his face. And then I'm going to get a little bit of damage. Not anything crazy. 28 damage, and then I'm going to slow myself down. Let myself reset, and look at where he is, right? I didn't get a crazy amount of opening damage, so I'm not jumping into his box, right? I'm resetting and looking where he is and then playing based off of that, right? And now I'm going for shots, right? Again, I didn't hit that big of a shot, so I'm not just trying to jump in. Learning when to jump in is so important, right? Now that I have a little bit of damage, now I'm looking for good peaks, right? And I'm also looking at how I'm looking at him through the builds, right? I'm trying to see what he's going to do. I'm going to place a ramp in his face, right? So he can't do anything. Now he's holding that, trying to spray, going to reset. I realize that's just a 50-50 angle, and we're just backing up and playing smart, right? Not playing any bad peaks here. We don't want to do that, right? We don't want to put ourselves in a 50-50 situation. We want to always try and play good peaks. I'm going to cover that later, but it's very important. Now that I got that big damage off, now I'm pushing in, and now I finish the fight, right? So there's a big difference from getting big opening damage and little opening damage. All right, so another mistake I see a lot of players do is not learning to control zones and look where everyone is on the map. This also intertwines with awareness, but this is going to be a little bit separate because I think it's also very important looking where everyone is and controlling the zone. Now obviously I have a scanner coin, so it's a little bit easier, but just having an eye open and having good awareness and looking around in end games and looking where everyone is on the map is so important, because then you won't take damage and waste all your meds or waste all your mats, because that's how I get most of these kills in this end game. I take advantage of people not being aware. This guy, he could have easily looked through his cone, right? Look over here. This guy could have easily looked through his cone and looked over at me, but he doesn't, right? He was scouting in this cone. He could have easily seen me right here, but he's not paying attention, and he's going to get hit 90 for it, right? He's just sitting here, and I get a free beam, and now I hit him 90. He was going to flowberry fizz, and now he's stuck at the back of zone rotating, and it's going to cost him basically all of his mats this game. And now basically I can hold him the entire game. I do not end up getting the kill here, but he would have been in such a better scenario if he scouted and then he rotated, because he would have been all the way over here instead of being stuck back here with me, right? This is where you don't want to be, because now I have every advantage to my name, and I can just chill back and wait for him to rotate. Again, same example. This guy not scouting where scanner coin is. It just went off a few seconds ago. He should have known that I was on this corner of the map. He can also see where the medallion is in the corner of the map, so he would know that I am at the back of zone. Instead, he is not paying attention, and it's going to cost him his life, right? I spray him, get a crazy beam. He's at 1 HP. He reacts, right? And again, going back to the first point, first mistake, you want to be changing your reactions based on how much damage you do in opening damage. As you can see, I get a crazy beam here, and now I'm going for crazy damage, right? I know that I got him weak, so I'm going to rush him. Again, he doesn't connect himself, so I can shoot him out and get a free kill there. But if he was aware of where I was, he wouldn't have to deal with that. He would have been able to have a free rotate and then get up into zone. All right, so next I'm going to be talking about tempo. Now, if you don't know what tempo is, basically it's the speed of the fight, right? And learning how to control that is so important, right? Learning how to play to your skill set and learning how to play in the right speeds at the right time is so important. As you can see, this guy is going for loot. I know he's right here. Gonna make an edit on him, get a big hit of damage. As I talked about before, changing the way you play based on how much opening damage you do. I got this guy super weak. Now I'm gonna rush in, right? But it's not so much about this kill, it's what I do after this kill that's so important. As you can see, this guy armor walls in, so I'm just gonna create some metal boxes around me so that no one can shoot me, right? That's also another thing, game awareness. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit, but as you can see, I build around me so that no one else can shoot me, because I know there's cars driving everywhere, right? I don't want to have to deal with this. Look at how many people are around me, right? There's so many people, right? And I don't want to have to deal with all of them, right? I want to take it one at a time and then assess what's going to happen next, right? So I see this guy in front of me. Gonna make a edit here because I realize he's built in wood and I know he has nowhere to go except out left. So now I smack on his wall. Gonna hug the wall again. And then when I swing, look, when I swing, I hover to my left, or I just move to my left so that I can't get hit, right? And then when I take the peek, now I know I'll win that fight. And instantly I'm going to replace this because I knew there was someone over there. And because I have scanner coin, having good awareness of that. And now I can get all the loot. But then I hear this guy trying to come and clean me up, right? Most people will do this after you finish a fight. They're going to try and rush in, whether or not you even took damage, right? They're just going to think, oh, I have a free kill now, right? But switching the tempo up on them is so important, right? In this fight here, I realized that this guy is rushing me and I'm going to create distance away from him because I was in a really weird spot right here, right? I'm in a weird, uncomfortable spot. Like, look at where I am. I'm in this little box. It's like halfway in the ground. It's not really suitable for me. And half of this box is armored walls, so I can't really go out this way. So I'm going to make space and get out, and I'm going to do damage while doing that. So I'm going to dash 180 and dash with him, right? Do a good dash, land above his head so he can't see me, and get big opening damage. Then I'm instantly going to build because I know there's people around me. Going to build in hard mats. And now I'm switching the tempo up, right? I'm going to reload. And then now I'm switching up the tempo. Now I'm spraying the box, trying to grab walls, trying to be too fast for him to handle, right? But I'm not just going to run in there because he has roofs over me, right? Then I'm going to reset and just chill, right? I'm just trying to play good peace. Trying to grab his floor and drop him out. It's not working out. I realize that this guy doesn't have the meds I do. He's popping bandages. I know this guy doesn't have the stuff that I have. I'm just playing good peaks because I know I can just drain his mats and his health, right? Learning to play off of what other people are. I'm just keeping the tempo high as well, right? We're talking about tempo. I'm keeping the tempo high, always putting pressure on him, not allowing him to pop bandages, right? Because that's the only goal he has right now is to pop his bandages. Now I'm going to slow the fight down so I can get my health up. And then eventually I'm going to dash on him and I'm going to end the fight with a spray. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys one of the best examples of how to turn up the tempo in a fight. All right, so as you can see, I'm trying to go for almost a clip here. I realize it's not worth it. Edit back down, reset, chill. Gonna do a side jump here and place ramps and a wall above me so that I'm fully boxed in and he can't see me. Now this guy's gonna make a wide edit on me and I'm gonna slow down my pace of the fight right here, right? I slow it down and I analyze what's going on. I realize this guy doesn't have a cone in his box. Look at him, right? He doesn't have a cone in his box. He's sitting here on wood. And that's going to give me a huge advantage going into this fight because I already know exactly what I'm going to do to this player. It's a really good fundamental skill, and you guys should learn this, right? So I realize that he doesn't have a cone in his box, obviously, and I'm going to throw a ramp in his face, right? That means that he can't shoot me, and his pre-fire is basically pointless. Once he does that, he's going to do the same move that everyone does. They're going to back up, and they're going to box up. And when he does this, he is going to get fully boxed because I'm going to place 2 cones above him and then double edit on them. And before he knows it, he is just fully boxed. And now I can just 2-tap him. And now he is running away. And then it's just a free SMG spray and I get the kill. Let me show you guys from my angle what that looks like. All right, so from my angle, I see him throw a ramp in his face. And then I go off the ramp that I already built. And then I go up, pre-box him, let him fall in. Free 2-tap from me, and now that obviously I got that huge damage and I sped up the tempo, now I keep the tempo going, right? Once I've sped it up, I keep going once I got that big damage, and I just keep applying pressure, and at that point, he can't do anything. All right, so this next fight I'm going to talk about, we're actually going to get into awareness. Now, awareness is probably the most important out of everything I'm going to cover today. Because if you have good mechanics and you can do crazy edits and everything, it's nothing without having good awareness. If you know where everyone is and when to make the right edits and the right peaks, that's so much more important than how fast your mechanics are, right? So now we're going to get into an example of me having bad awareness. As you can see here, I actually do really good right here. I get a crazy beam, and now I'm trying to get this kill, right? Since I got big damage, now I'm trying to jump in, right? I see him right here. He's just armored walling me off, trying to delay me as much as possible. I get a cone in his box. I'm just trying to jump in, right? But my problem is I do not block off my back. As you can see here, this guy sees me. He is going to beam me in a second, and it's because I did not have the awareness to see that this guy was over here and I should block him off, right? I did not look around me. I was so self-focused on what I needed, and I wasn't worried about what the other people are looking for, right? So this guy sees me. He's going to pull out his AR, and he's going to shoot me in the back while I'm trying to fight this guy. I just lost 50 health, and now I'm trying to jump in on this guy still because I need the mats. I'm basically on no mats, and I do end up getting the kill. But this spirals me out of control because now I'm in a bad spot, and I've wasted a lot of mats going into this. I have the loot that I need now, but I'm stuck in zone, and it's gonna end up making me die because I make a good rotate here, but I'm not aware enough, and I get sprayed in the back by the exact same player. He follows me. Look, he follows me, and I don't know if this is the same player that, yeah, this is the same player that ends up killing me. He gets really lucky because he lands on my cone, but you know, it is what it is. But that's the reason I died, because I had bad awareness. So no one's perfect, and you can always go and review your games also to learn what you can do better. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about game sense and kind of just awareness in general, right? Reading your opponents and learning what you can fight and what you can do based off of what they do. I already covered this kill recently in a video I did, but I'm actually going to be covering it again, but talking about game awareness, right? Learning when to make the right moves, right? I just got a crazy beam on this guy, take another right hand peek, and I'm going to chill, slow myself down. Same thing with tempo, right? I slow myself down, get myself breathing room, let myself relax, gonna get my health up a little. Now I realize he just popped a mini. I could hear him popping the mini. That means that I know he doesn't have the most HP, right? And he only popped one mini, so that means he can't be on a lot of HP. And as you can see, I was right. This guy basically had nothing to his name, and he was really weak. And now he realizes that I'm getting a flow berry off, and he basically has no point other than to jump in, right? He thinks that that's his only option, when he could have just backed up and chilled. You know, he could have gone maybe to dash water and gone out if he had better awareness, but he doesn't. He's just going to smack on my wall in a second. I'm going to show you guys. He's going to smack on my wall. He's going to drop down, smack on my wall, and I'm going to slow it down, and then I'm just literally going to make a wide edit on him when he swings his pickaxe. And when he swings his pickaxe, he's going to have a delay when he swaps back to his shotgun, because he's going to swing through the wall, right? Look, I'm going to edit as he swings. He doesn't actually do any damage to the wall. All he does is swing through it. That allows me to get a shotgun shot and end the fight just like that. Alright, so now we're going to get into the last mistake that I see a lot of players do, and it's not staying calm in any scenario you're given, right? Sometimes it's hard, right, to stay calm, but once you play a bunch of ranked, I promise you, or you play a bunch of high skill scenarios, you're going to get better at it, and you're going to improve at it. So in this example here, I get sprayed, right? We're trying to trade. He gets a pretty good head dink on me. At that point, I'm really weak, or I'm low blue, and I'm going to get hit again, I think, soon. Right here, make a good edit, get some damage back. But there's going to be 3 people that are going to show up here in a second, and it's going to be really awkward for me. I'm going to take a lot of damage, but the most important thing that I'm going to do in this is I'm going to stay calm, right? I realize that guy's there. I'm going to relax, go back to my old builds. A lot of people don't do this. They'll react, they'll place a bunch of builds. That's a problem with a lot of people these days. When they get shot, they start building a tower or a giant castle or something like that, and they don't react properly, right? In this fight, I go back to my old builds that are already built so that I can just play off of them. This guy's going to land on me. He's going to play some good peeks, and I'm just going to back up and play smart, right? Just trying to play good peeks. I realize the wall to my left is mine, so I'm going to go to my left. I'm literally just staying calm here. I know there's 3 people around me. I get cracked here, and still, I'm going to stay calm. I'm going to place an armored wall, I think, or just hold walls. Realize that guy jumps in. I know that this guy's now going to W key me because he just got that kill. Even a car runs into my back, right? And I'm still staying calm. Look at how I'm ramping behind me. I'm controlling everything. I'm just holding the wall, staying calm, right? I'm just staying calm, right? And then I'm going to back out of this and still stay calm, right? I'm not building everywhere, going back into my old builds to make it easier on me, right? Look how I'm just playing smart, and I relax, and eventually I am going to get the time to heal up because of that, right? Now I have time, and now I can med up, right? And even when those guys shooting at me above, I'm still staying calm. I go back into my old builds. A lot of people will just run out in the open, or they might make a big mistake like doing something stupid. But if you learn how to make the right decisions at the right time, you're going to do a lot better in game. And if you keep a clear head going into fights like this, you're going to have a great outcome. As you can see, I just heard a guy above me getting beamed. I wouldn't even be alive right now if I wasn't playing calm, right? I realized that I need a refresh. I have 10 white health, by the way, and only 100 fizz. You just can't see it. Now I'm going to edit up. I realize he's on my floor, and now I just get 2 free dinks, and I get a free kill there. I just got all the med kits I need, and now I place armored walls. And again, in this fight here, I am going to slow the pace down so that I can get this med kit off, right? I'm playing calm, and I'm just playing smart, right? I realize the guy above me is chopping. I want to get all these meds off. I don't want to have to deal with him. Blocking everything off, controlling everything. Block off the walls that he's smacking. Doing everything I possibly can to delay this fight so that I can get to full health. And I'm going to end up beating this guy because of that, right? He's making a mistake by being too overly aggressive, and it's going to cost him this fight, right? He's going to come smack on my wall, and I'm going to end up killing him because of that, right? He's too arrogant, and he just jumps in, right? I could have coned him here as well if I wanted to, but I just decided to 50-50 for it because I have a left-hand peek, or right-hand peek, sorry. Jump up, get 2 dinks, and win that fight just because I stayed calm. I'm going to show you guys another example of not staying calm with this guy here. I'm going to get a beam on this guy. I've already covered this I think I covered it yesterday. I may not have. But in this fight here, this guy jumps away after getting beamed, and he's going to basically build like 20,000 builds to block him off, right? Instead, he could have just built a little box and relaxed and played meds, but then he just sprints back at me because he's not staying calm and he's not thinking straight, right? If he was playing smart, he would have boxed up in his hard mats and then healed. But instead, he runs straight back at me, and I end up getting a free kill on him. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure that you guys are subscribed. And if you guys want some more exclusive content, go check out the link in the description where you can join my community. It is free. And yeah, I'll see y'all later. Peace.